Hi Libra, welcome back to my channel, Karma Thoughts. I am doing your weekly reading for April. I hope you're well. I am going to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general tarot reading. It may not resonate with everyone out there, so take what resonates for you, Libra, leave for the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. And as always, Libra, please don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Libra? Libra. 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 All right, Libra, you are starting out with Justice in reverse. You have the Strength card in reverse and Temperance in reverse. So you're going through some sort of a karmic cycle or a karmic lesson here. It does involve fear. It's related to something that you feel very wronged about, or it could have been a very unequal situation, or both. It's kind of taking you out of that higher vibration though, and that's because you're dealing with a fear response. So there's a need here for you to do the internal work with regard to that. I do feel with Temperance in the reverse, there's a deep need for healing, and also trying to bring back that balance in your life, that balance emotionally, you know, balancing out your masculine and feminine sides, because right now you're in a state of imbalance, and it's because there's something that has brought up a lot of fear for you, and it's caused a lot of emotional imbalance. I feel like you feel very wronged by someone. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Libra's energy. Show me who is in Libra's energy, please. Show me who is in Libra's energy. All right, so the person in your energy has the Nine of Swords reversed, the Five of Pentacles, and the Hangman in reverse. So this is somebody who is trying to appear as if they're unbothered, they're not worried about the situation. We'll clarify to see if that's actually true. I don't believe it based upon the other cards that I'm seeing. This person they're feeling abandoned. They're feeling like you've locked them out somehow. They feel rejected by you. This is somebody who could also be going through some sort of a financial loss. And I'm hearing free fall. It's like a free fall. But they're really coming across as being unworried. And I don't think that that's truthful. You know, it just doesn't seem truthful to me. With the Hangman in reverse, all of this is happening in this person's life so that they can look at things differently. There's a need for them to separate themselves from the crowd, from, you know, the way that they have viewed things in the past. And I do feel like this is somebody who, there's some sort of a free fall. It's either with their feelings and emotions, feeling this abandonment and rejection. This person could have abandonment issues, or it has to do with finances, but they're in some sort of a free fall here that they're wishing would stop. Let me see the energy between Libra and this person. Show me the energy between Libra and this person. If this person had you waiting for something, I feel like there's regrets from that. I do see that this is somebody who is definitely trying to pull themselves away from the crowd. Page of Cups in the reverse. So you both have feelings and emotions for one another, but you're not expressing them Neither of you are. You may feel this person owes you an apology. It's an apology that has never come. And this person basically is trying to demonstrate to you that they don't owe you an apology, that you in fact owe them an apology. I'm not seeing it in the cards in that way. I feel it's quite the opposite because the injustice was done to you. But this is somebody that is just acting like they don't care. But the truth of it is that they really do, but they're not expressing those feelings. Let me see what's affecting this connection. Five of Swords in the reverse. So there was a big conflict here between the two of you. Yeah, you both want to resolve the conflict, but it would require communication and an expression of remorse. Because whatever this conflict is associated with why you felt an injustice was done towards you. Both could be avoiding one another right now so that the conflict doesn't get worse. I feel like you're almost avoiding this person so that you don't have to talk with them. And they're in their feels. They're definitely in their feels. They're feeling rejected. They're feeling abandoned. They could be dealing with some financial issues. Let me see the outcome. But you actually both would like to resolve this conflict, but somebody has to step out of their ego and pride in order for that to happen. Somebody has to provide an apology. Show me the outcome. A little much. Let's try that again. Show me the outcome for Libra at the end of the week. The Sun in reverse. Yeah. So there's unhappiness here. This unhappiness is what's causing the emotional imbalance. I feel like you're almost avoiding this person at this point, Libra. And I feel like this person is becoming impatient. They don't know what's going on with you. You don't really know what's going on with them. There's been no resolution to this conflict. You both would like it, but it's just, it seems like, you know, neither party is willing to budge. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands in the reverse. That's underlying energy. So there's something that, you know, a period of time, a wait is ending. All right, so and for some of you, you could be looking at this and saying, you know, this isn't really where my future lies. This is not for me. And that may be part of why you're avoiding this person. So let's clarify. Spirit, why is Justice in reverse for Libra? My cat just jumped up. I have a cat, Leo, who likes to make an appearance every so often. He sits high up and judges me while I make my, while I do my readings. All right, so we have the Seven of Coins. We have the Four of Cups. So you feel very disrespected by this person. Yeah, you feel like what you were bringing to the table wasn't recognized. You were bringing this beautiful cup of love, and you feel like somebody was just like, didn't care. And honestly, I can see that because that's how they're presenting themselves, like they just don't care. I do feel like, Libra, you invested a lot in this connection and you were very patient with this person. And now you're the one ignoring them. So there's still feelings here on both sides, but I feel like you're looking more and more at the past and everything that occurred. You're looking at all the investment and you're feeling a deep sense of injustice at the situation. So let me see why the Strength card is here. You felt very disrespected by this person and they're not even apologetic. All right, we have the Four of Wands reversed. And we have the Eight of Cups, yeah. So you walked away from this person. That's how you resolved the conflict. You felt that you were dealing with somebody who was possibly narcissistic, or, you know, that this person was just very argumentative. They like to win at all costs. They don't care who gets hurt. So you resolved it by walking away from it. And you walked away from it because this person may have been, you know, a commitment phobe. This person wasn't providing any sort of stability in the connection. And so I feel like, and there's a fear here that they never would, that they were never going to offer you what you had offered them. They were not respectful to the connection. That's where this deep imbalance came from. So you were giving, you were patient, you were investing, and they were ignoring you. They were basically blowing you off in some manner. So I feel like now the tables have turned. You walked away from the connection. And as far as you're concerned, I feel like you feel that resolved everything. Because you feel like this person was never going to give you the stability that you were looking for. And I do feel like you are moving towards that stability, but not with this person. Why is Temperance in reverse? 10 of Wands and the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, this person ghosted you. And now I feel like you're ghosting them. It's like, okay, this is how you want to play this game. All right, I'm fine with it. But for you, it looks permanent. To you, this isn't a game. I do feel like this has caused, you know, a lot of difficulty in your life. I feel like at some point you felt like you just couldn't go forward. You didn't know what direction to move. Your emotions were up and down. There was a lot of imbalance here. But I also feel like you went within. You went within and you did the work. You found the answers within yourself to the problems that you were presented. You're still healing. You're still healing. But I feel like, you know, you're moving towards your wish fulfillment. Because now that you've gone within, you have found the answers to the problems. And you know it's within you. It's the healing within you. So I feel like a lot of you think that, okay, this was never going to change and there's no stability here. And when you walked away for good. All right, let's see this person's energy. Why is the 9 of Swords in reverse? We have the Chariot. This person could live at a distance. They don't have to. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the 6 of Wands reversed. So this person, if they do live at a distance, they may travel towards you. They don't know if it's going to be successful or not, but this may be somebody who, even though they're trying to give off this image of not worrying about it, not being apologetic, they actually have been losing sleep. They're tired of the anxiety regarding this situation. And they feel like if they could just, you know, move this away from the failure that it has been and turn over, you know, this new leaf, that things will actually move in their favor. There's some sort of loss here or lack of success that is very fast approaching this person, and it's karmically related. And it has to do with the injustice that they've done towards you. This person right now feels like a failure, and they want to move out of that. They want to move out of this anxiety, out of this feeling of failure. They want things to move in their favor again. Why is the 5 of Pentacles here? So this person, if they do come towards you, it's in order to affect a positive change. Why is the 5 of Pentacles here? Yeah, see, I told you. 9 of Swords. 3 of Cups reversed. And the Fool in reverse. So this person is very fear-driven. So they're putting on a front. They're putting on a front. And I do feel like they are tired of feeling a sense of failure. They're tired of feeling all this anxiety. A lot of the anxiety has to do with the fact that they feel now rejected. They feel abandoned by you. They feel that, you know, that there's no way that you're going to reconcile with them. That there's no way you're going to, you know, take a chance on them again. They literally do lose sleep over this. They're also some sort of a financial loss, and it's really crimping their style. This is somebody who likes to go out. They like to party a little bit. And I do feel like they lack the finances to do some of that. They're in a fear state. They don't want to talk about whatever the conflict that was there between the two of you. They have a lot of anxiety about that, which tells me that they know that they were wrong. They don't want to talk about it. They want to gloss over that. So they have a fear of taking a risk and moving towards you. They fear being rejected again. They fear that you're not going to take any sort of a risk with them. They fear that there will be no reconciliation and that this is a permanent loss. And I have to be honest, Libra, that's kind of the energy I'm seeing here. Let me see why the Hangman is here. Why is the Hangman in reverse? You could be dealing with a Pisces. I see Gemini. Cancer energy is here. Scorpio is here. So they were deceitful. Seven of Swords, King of Cups reverse, and the Queen of Wands. This person is emotionally unavailable. They tried to bring you in possibly as a third party, or if not, they brought you in because they were extremely attracted to you. And they still are. But they're still in a deceitful energy. But it does look like the deceitful energy has to do with them not showing their feelings. This is somebody that looks like they're far more comfortable with the expression of emotions through physical touch versus emotional. They're kind of detached from their emotions. They even lie to themselves. So I get it, Libra. I can see why you're like, yeah, I don't want to deal with this anymore. This person caused a lot of problems in your life. They're definitely very attracted to you, but they're not showing it. And I do feel like they're in some sort of a free fall, and it's literally all being caused by deception from them. It's craziness because they were deceptive regarding their feelings. They were deceptive in how they were trying to bring you into the connection. They may have had you waiting for them. This would be somebody who would be like trying to make you wait, but only so that they could enjoy the physical aspects and still continue with their lifestyle. Now, this person is just going through all kinds of karma. They could be receiving financial loss as a result of how they've behaved. This person's going through it. I can tell you that. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles reversed is on the bottom of the deck. This person may not be single, but they were definitely behaving very single. Let me see why this Page of Cups is in reverse. Knight of Swords reversed, King of Wands, and the Emperor. So I do feel that there's a strong physical attraction here. There's a strong chemistry. We've got both the King and the Queen of Wands in the upright. So there's a very strong chemistry that's here between the two of you. The difference is that you really invested in the connection and this person didn't. I feel like at this point, you're not even talking to this person. You're not expressing your emotions towards them. And some of you, there's somebody new in your energy. This would be somebody brand new who may have caught your eye as well. Yeah, for some of you. For others of you, I feel like there was somebody here that things didn't work out with, but it was because of you trying to reconcile issues from the past. That's for somebody out there. Regardless, I do see that this person is actually going to take control of the situation. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries happens to be very strong. But this person's they're going to step into their power here. This could be somebody who owns a business or is a high-level manager, and they possibly could live at a distance. So they're recognizing that there's a lack of success in this situation. They're literally going to take action here. They're going to move towards you in order to try to put things on the right track. So, yeah, and this person actually is your equal there, because with you, we got both King and Queen of Wands in the upright, and you know, there's a sense here that there's a very strong chemistry here. And I feel like this person misses that. But I'm not sure you are looking at that. Like, you recognize that you have feelings, but you're not expressing them. You recognize that there's passion here, but you're not really looking towards them. So let's see why the Five of Swords is in reverse. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Six of Swords reversed. Yeah, so that's the ending. There was an ending here. It could have been caused because of finances or a lack of stability. You're asking for clarity. You're asking for clarity in the situation. I do feel like you've walked away from this situation because it didn't have that stability. It was like your fear was that this person was never going to provide that stability or that strong foundation. So I do see that you walked away. This has ended. I do also see that while you're not currently talking with this person, you would like to talk to them, but you want clarity. And the problem with that, Libra, is that this person wants to gloss over what happened here with this conflict. They want the conflict to end, but they don't want to discuss it. They don't want to talk about it. And that's one of their fears. Their fear is that you're going to want to discuss it. You're going to want to talk about it. They also fear you abandoning them. They fear that you're going to reject them. And they're literally stuck in their own fear. They're literally stuck in their own fear. And so there's a need to resolve the conflict in order to get to any kind of healing within the connection. You want the clarity. They want to gloss it over. You both want to resolve the conflict. But I don't know how you're going to get there. And see, bottom of the deck is the Five of Swords in the upright. So it's like nothing is moving forward. This person wants to move things towards something better, towards calmer waters, but the thing is that they're the one keeping it stuck because they don't want to resolve the issue. They want to avoid the issue. All right, so let's look at your outcome. Show me the outcome for Libra at the end of the week. All right, so we have the Page of Pentacles reversed. We have the Knight of Cups. And we have Justice in reverse. Oof. So there is definitely love here. And absence has made that love grow stronger, literally on both sides. However, without the clarity that you're seeking, I feel like you won't accept this peace offer from this person. I feel like you've gone within to get your answers. You're trying to heal your own energy. It's like your energy is telling me that you're not interacting with this person in any way. You're not texting them. You're not calling them. There's no communication. You would like to have that, but you want clarity. I do feel like you would love for this person to come in and offer love, and I feel like you still have love for them. However, the sadness of it is that you feel like that's never going to happen. They have Justice in reverse. This person knows that what they did was wrong. This person treated you in a deceitful manner. Your first card out, Libra, was Justice in reverse. Their last card out was Justice in reverse. So this person is now having to face the things that they've done. They know they've been emotionally manipulative. Some of them tried to put you in a third-party situation, so take it as it applies. This person acted with deceit, and they know that they caused this injustice. They know they did. But what they want is to bring in the, you know, this little love offer, but no clarity. So I feel like, you know, until the clarity comes in, you're not going to be receptive to this person. And so I do see that there's still going to be some sadness. There's still going to be some things that are hidden here. You may hear from this person. Some of you will. Yeah, some of you will hear from this person, and I do feel like you're open to that. But they're really ruled by their fears. There's financial problems, and there's a lot of deceit and a lot of emotional manipulation. So the indication is that this person is trying to elevate their energy. They're trying to move out of that. But they are going to have to understand that in order to do that, they do owe you an apology, and they do need to provide clarity and truth. I would have felt more comfortable if the Seven of Swords was in the reverse. So, I don't know. Bottom of the deck is the Lovers in the reverse. This is underlying energy, and it does indicate to me an ending in this connection, this love connection. And it also indicates to me that you are tired of waiting to be chosen. Yeah. All right. If you would, get yourself a question. I brought back the Angel Answers Oracle. So if you formulate a question in your mind, I will see if I can get you an answer. Spirit, I am pulling for the sign of Libra. Libra. Pulling for Libra. Choose a new direction. All right. I hope that this has been helpful for you, Libra. If you've resonated with this reading, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. And until I see you in your next reading, namaste.